Hi guys, welcome to Polydimensional Bootcamp, and I hope all are fine. And is it audible? Is there any audio issues? Please mention it. And I'm Harish. I'm a full stack developer, and I'm your instructor for the course Full Stack Web Development for Beginners in our Polydimensional platform. And Polydimensional platform is the platform which helps you to explore more dimensions of a technology and do register to the course and get useful stuff for your career. And this is about bootcamp, and here we are going to build our own IMDb for fun filled application. And let's get into this. And yeah, we renamed our application as Reelbox, and this is like a movie collection application, web application. And here the flow starts from the user will get into this as by registering himself with his name, and he will get a search field, and there he will search for a movie. And this quarantine is something going as a going in a bore way, so we need to fill it with fun. So this application will help you to give movie suggestions to your friends or family members for their quarantine time to enjoy. So this application, you can just select your favorite movies that you want to share with your friends, and you can have a table in it, and it will generate a unique ID for you. And when you share that ID, you will make your friends to view the movie collections that you suggested for them. This is about this application, and I will show you the demo. And there are more developers in helping you. They are Ashwin, Shumesh, myself, and Prem. They also will be along with this bootcamp, and they will instruct you. If you have any queries, they will comment it back. And I think it's clear. And let's start about our tech stacks that we follow. The tech stack that we follow in our bootcamp for building this application is for front end we use Angular, and for back end we use Node.js. Node.js is used to create API, and for database we are using Postgres, and this database is hosted in a cloud platform called Heroku. And yeah, we named it as Bean Stack because of Postgres for P, and E for Express, and A for Angular, and N for Node.js. So Angular. If some of you may know that Angular is a framework for designing your UI part, and it's mainly focused on single page applications, because it's give you to build an application which only focused on a single page by replacing the components in it, and this flow will be very perfect, so that they use like this. And if you want any stuff more about Angular, you can go click in this link, and you can get it. And Node.js, next Node.js is to here we are going to use Node.js for building API for our front end, and we are going to pass the data and get the data from UI. So, and we are also using external API inside our Node.js that will be seen very soon, and in the lecture. And this website gives the details about Node.js. And Postgres is normal SQL thing, and it's an open source, and it's used to store data that you get from any APIs or something. And as I said before, it is hosted in a Heroku platform, and Heroku platform is a cloud platform where you can create your own Postgres DB, and you can insert the tables that you want, and you can select any performance, any query performance you can do. And for further details, visit this website. And I can assure that in the end of the session you will learn how to create a project from starting, because every developers will have a flow. That certain flow will be taught very clearly, that how to start your application, how the flow will be, and the environment setup of each tech stacks will be explained. And external APIs, how to use external APIs in along with your own API. And deployment will be taught, and you will know how the pro applications are developing, because many of the applications will be in a pro level with all security things and everything, so you will learn that too. That's it about the small summary, and we will see the next steps. Shall we start? I think, is it done, and are you ready to go? Next, we are going to see the website. I will show you demo, and where we are going to use APIs, everything that will be seen. See, this is our first website page. This is a welcome page. Here the user will enter your name, and I am entering my name. This is like a user first time it's getting into this. Like here one API is going to be posted, so that API is registering yourself in our application using DB connections. Here our name will be when we click this button, our name will be gone to our API. It's a post method, and that post method will be will store your name and the unique number that is generated for a digit, some certain digit will be stored in our Postgres DB, and a JWT token will be generated. This is generated, and it will be stored in our local. You can see that by inspecting your page, like right click and inspect. Here if you see in networks, you can see what are the APIs are going to be called, and in application you can see the local storage that used to identify the user that going to be taking part. And here now there is no user token ID, so just we can see in networks how the API is called. See Harish, I am proceeding. The new user API is called, and this returns ID, his unique ID, and a message is created as user created, and the token is this. This token is stored in our local storage, so that whenever he calls anything, we will send this and check whether this user is going to create a collection or not, or any other user is going to create. Okay, next in this also, this is a search field. Here you will search for any movie that you want. It's an loader, so whenever you type, it will automatically load and give you the suggestion. First I will show this. For this there is one API call like search with keyword. It is get, and it will give the title as this one, query param. We are going to pass as query param, and this will be sent, and it will give some suggestion list, and I limited this suggestion list to only three top 3 movies which matches this title will be shown here. You can have more collections also, and when you click this, it will have a pop-up. For this pop-up, there is one API call is going to be performed, because we need the particular details about only this movie. So when we click on this movie, its unique IMDb ID will be sent to our API. That API endpoint name is search with ID. Then ID will be matched, and the corresponding details about that ID will be shown. So for now, I'm going to add this movie in our list. It's added, and I'm going to add one more movie, like type Spider. Yeah, Spider-Man is there, so I'm going to add this movie also. You can also delete the movie that you don't want to watch. Like if I type this movie and I'm going to add this movie, and you don't want to watch or mistakenly you typed this and added this, then you can just delete it, and that's it. This is our this page. This page uses 2 APIs. One is for suggestion, and one is for getting the pop-up regarding that particular ID. Okay, after that the connect and share button is clicked, and this will redirect to a page where you can have a unique collection thing, and this link is going to be shared throughout your throughout your friends, families, and everything. So by you clicking this, you can just copy it, and or else you can just click on this and redirect to your social media, and you can share it. Now I am pasting that collection here. This collection page don't want any sign up or something. It just shows you like Harry suggested these movies for you, like that. favorite movies for Harishan. So you can just give a suggestion to your friends to watch these movies, etc. And that's it. This is the flow of our demo, and yeah, I think you are clear in how the APIs are called from our website. And today we are going to see only two pages, like this page and the user page. These two pages will be covered, and I will show the to-do list. Till now I explained PPT explanation is done, and demo explain with the API is done. Now we are going to enter into folder structures and everything. This is our structure, and we will see complete it one by one, and I think we are good to go. So yeah, now I am going to create a folder for go to terminal and go to any of the folder, and I have Bootcamp as my folder name, and inside that folder I am going to create now I am going to create directory for Node.js. So Node.js I am going to create as Node.js. Yeah, it's created, you can see. And inside Node.js you need to go inside, and you need to start the package.json file installation. Like to initiate that, you need to have node in your local. So just type node version. It will give whether it's you didn't have anything, it will show nothing, like incorrect command or something. And you also need npm. You can get both these by just downloading one node file. Go to Node.js link and download the Node.js package and just install it. So that will give node version and npm version to it. So now I am in node file, and I am going to initiate my node application. So that this is the command npm in it. I think you can see the commands now. Is it good? I think okay. Npm init, this will be the command that you need to give. I am giving it, and it will create a package.json file. So mine JSON name, package name is Node.js. Just go with the recommendations that you have, and version, and description is like a movie, and entry point, this is the file which will be started first. This package.json file is like it will instruct you to where to start the application, like that. It will have the packages that you are installing in your JS file. And test command, leave it, and keyword also leave it. Author I'm giving poly, and that's it, leave it. This will be the package.json file structure, and give yes. That's it, it will be created. And now Node.js file structuring is done, folder structuring. And after that you need to have we are going to have Angular folder. So for now I am getting back, and I am going to create in the same location where my Node.js file is there. So to create Angular file, you need to have Angular CLI in your local. So that can be achieved by typing npm install global and give Angular CLI. I will show the command also. By using this command you can just install it. See, using this command you can install it, and already I have one, so I didn't go with that. So now after installing, you need to create an app, so every Angular project will be starting with the keyword ng. This ng will be the main part in our Angular thing. So I am going to create my Angular folder, ng new. Now I am in Angular. This is node, see, node and Angular, and I am typing Angular. Okay, now I am creating my Angular folder. It will ask for some basic things like routing you need or not. Yes, you type yes, and you can choose any of the style that you want to use for your HTML. Now I am using CSS. Then it will be installed. So for now I am going to use VS Code for my coding things. So it will be installing. So now what is done? Creating Angular folder, and this one is done. After that, node package installation and external API setup with API. Now we can start with node, because whenever you start application, as a good developer, you need to start with the backend, because your application must be a dynamic thing. Based on data, it should change. So it is quite good to start with backend, because backend is the thing which gives you data for a front end. So better go with that. So for now, I am going to start with this. As I said, I am going to open a VS Code. I am going to create a workspace with these two folders. I will open it. Open folder. You can use any other things or tools also. I am use VS Code, Visual Studio Code. It's quite good to use for full stack development. So you can also go with Atom. Now I am selecting these two folders. This will create a workspace where you can have interaction with both the folders. It will just create it, and yeah, it's done. So I will explain the Angular folder structure afterwards. Now we can go with Node.js. See, Node.js file, we need index.json file. It's a starting file for Node. It mentioned here also. See, main function, main folder is like file is index.json. So I am going to create, sorry, index.js. Yeah, index.js is created. So JS is a JavaScript coding style. You, as a whole, you will code in JavaScript in Node.js. Okay, now I am going to start with Express package importing. So this is how you will import your Express inside your Node.js file, because this Express is a framework where you will able to create APIs. For now, I am going to have this all Express functions inside my app. So constant app, and that's it. And this Express package is done. We need to install it. I will show how to install it also. For now, we will code and we will just install it back. And after that, we need a course. This course is like whenever you're going to deploy your API to a website, to web, it can be used by many other applications also. Like now we are going to use external API also. So like that, any others can use our API when it is hosted. So for that, we need to enable course. And this course can also be given to an extent, like you can limit only this host name must domain must use my API. Like you want to limit that also, you can just limit it. So for now, this is how you will use course inside your application. Yeah, done. Then body parser, and this body parser is used to parse the body content which is given from given from the UI side, so that whenever any data is coming to get or post methods, this body parser will convert into JSON and give it to us. Like so you want to use that, so type use inside that body parser dot URL encoded, and just start it as extended is equal to false. That's it. This won't allow any other things to be done. Only it will allow JSON to be formatted. So to allow only JSON, we need to give another thing, body parser dot JSON. Yeah, done. Okay. After that, we need to import external API inside this. That external API that we are going to use is OMDB API. I will show how to get that. Like OM and DB. Okay. Just type it, and here you can get the API link from this. You just enter your details and you will get the API link. I already have one, so I will take that. And before that I will show how to install the package, these packages inside. So to do that, before doing that, we will start our port something, and we need to give a port to our application. Like now I am giving 123. Only because with this port only it will start our application in a unique manner, so that you can, in local, you can just start any other applications with any other port. It won't what to say, damage it, or it won't interfere there. So whenever a port is started listening, I will have console.log of app is started at http localhost 1234. Okay, this will be displayed, and yeah, and for now, for till now, is there any doubts? If you want to clarify, or if you have any doubts, just mention here. Is there any doubts till now? Is there any fields that I want to explain it back? If it's there, just mention below. Is there any doubts, or can I proceed? Okay, I will proceed further. So, okay, this will be the listen port for us. So, and we can start our get thing here, like giving slash. This is the endpoint where you will have your functions inside this. This endpoint can be changed as anything. If you think back, I said like search with keyword, search with ID will be the endpoints which gives you suggestions, and it will get the ID. In user creation also, there is a endpoint like new user. That is a unique endpoint which will be used for get or post methods inside. So for now I am going to give a response with status. This status is nothing but it's a code where you can mention whether the message is what to say, success message, or any pending, any missing commands, like that. You can just mention it here and send the response to our so I am sending it as welcome. Okay, yeah, that's it. Till now, if we start running, we need to install these packages, and we can just run our application. So I will show you how to install the thing. Now I am in Node.js application. See, npm I means install. You can either give install or I. So it will be like you will start with express, and other thing we used is cors and body parser. Okay, just click enter. It will start installing your packages that you want, and the installations will reflect in your package.json file. Okay, let's see. And in the meantime, I will show how the IMDb API can be installed. Just type in Google like IMDb API npm. See IMDb API npm, and just click here. Yeah. Now you can see how to install the OMDB API here, and how to use your OMDB API inside your Node.js will be given clearly, and I hope it's finished. And you can see the changes here. See, package.json package log JSON will be created. It will instruct how the repositories are fetched or something, and see the packages which installed are here: body parser, cars, and express. Okay, now we are going to add OMDB also. So see, I'm going to install it inside my node tab, and I'm going to install it. Okay, and it's installing. So in the meantime, we will have the installation done. So inside my Node.js, I'm going to have this like mentioned. This will fetch the required OMDB, and we need the API key. So as I said, you can get the API key by registering in OMDB API file. So for now I have my own API. I will take that. This is my API. So I will take that and paste it here. Within the codes you need to paste it. So that's it, the OMDB is created, and for this we will create another get API like get, and we will have the endpoint as search with keyword. Okay, and yes, we will have the request, and we also have the response here, and yeah, then we will just paste the get thing from OMDB npm itself. It will suggest you how to search with title and how to search with ID. So for now we are going to use these both these APIs. So I will paste it this. Okay, now we are going to search with only title, so it is like having only this. For now I will keep the default thing, and we will send the response back, like I will make it as result. And for sending response, as I said, this is the thing which you need to return inside a function, like return response dot status status with 200. Yeah, it's done. With send the response like the result. I'm copying it and I'm pasting it here. Okay, yes, it will send the result there to our front end wherever we are going to call this. Afterwards I will say how to add the request also, and I will also add the ID thing also. See, I will take this and I will add it here. App dot another get API. For every API you need to get start with a new endpoint. Our endpoint is search with ID, and the same as request and response will be there, will be passed to here, and we will have that copied content here, and only we are going to search with ID. So I'm deleting all those and I'm replacing this as same, and I'm going to send it there, result. Okay, fine. Now we created two APIs, get APIs. See, get APIs, and the endpoint is search with keyword. There is a normal endpoint which will just welcome you, and through this API, if you click this API, it will automatically search for IMDb, and it will give the result IMDb with this title, and it will give the result. And in this endpoint, it will search for this ID, and it will give the result. So that's it, the two APIs are done. We will check these two APIs with our Postman. Okay, I am opening my Postman and see. Okay, now we will start with a new thing. Postman is like an application where you can test your API clearly, and see HTTP localhost and type your port as I said, and it's a blank thing. So we need to get welcome. So before that we need to start this application. This is how you can start your application by you can just add the test command into your package or JSON file. So I'm adding my test command here, start, and node application will be started through this command. So node.js. Okay, now I am adding. So it's just added in package.json file. You need to add it and save it. Okay, now go to your terminal where node.js is there, and I am going to give the command npm start. You just can't give a keyword start. You need to give a npm start. This will start the application in a particular port. See, our application is started in this port. So now we can check. See, welcome. This is the only thing we given. So after that I am going to search with keyword. This is my endpoint I used, search with keyword. Okay, there is no any other attributes or title that we query parameter we passed. It's a get API, so we used get and just sent. As we entered in this, we used Game of Thrones keyword, so it will give the movie suggestions with poster type and IMDb ID and a title with which matches this Game of Thrones. See, it's giving a JSON reply like totally nine things are listed. So that's it. This is for keyword, and we will change that keyword Game of Thrones with our query param. I will show you how it, and we will also check our other get API, get HTTP, and search with ID. This is the endpoint. So that's it. This will give the particular Game of Thrones ID which is shared, and it will search the details, and it will show the all the director's name, writer's name, actor's name, everything. So that's it. Our API is running good. So yeah, now we will change the API things along with our title, like with our request. We will pass the request name as title request, and one more thing, you can't pass a body in your get API. Only post API will allow you to pass body. You can just pass a query param in this query dot title. We are going to name it as title. So that's it. The title will be used. Now I am going to replace the title keyword here. So okay, now title will be searched. I will show you how it will be searched. See, yeah, I will show the example in this itself. Keyword, and the keyword is added. Now if you want to place a title, go to the params tab, and here in this key we gave title as the keyword. So we are using the title name, and we are going to search with Avenger. Okay, Avenger. Now it's done, title is given, and we changed the node thing, so we need to restart our node also. Just the same command npm start, it will restart it, and yeah, it started. Now we can check Avenger. So it should give the name which matches this title. See, Avenger, first for Captain America, the first Avenger, and the keywords which matches the Avengers are many movies are there, I think. Okay, and yeah, it's listed with along with that poster. So now we will change the whole code to what are the things that we need, like for displaying that front end. So I am going to change it. Now I am going to change this, like these two will be changed. Okay, now I explained this. Don't panic about this. Till now you are clear about things, and we will see recap at the end also. Don't panic, just go with my flow, and basically this this bootcamp is like summary. This is how the developers will develop. We will teach you in our course that how these steps are taking place. So you want to just try this in your laptop, so that if you are going good with the installation steps, and if you run this application, it's running, then your system is good to go with the development. So just be with the flow and listen how I am doing this. Okay, now keyword is there, and the title is as query title, and I am checking whether this title is there. If the title is there, I will say okay, we can proceed, or else it will give missing title. Then it will come here and it will search, and the then result I am having a array, so that I can store my movies collection, and I will send it back to suggestion tab. So that's it, this one. And in a for loop, I am going to iterate the result. So result will have more numbers. So as I said before, I am going to limit it to 3. So for the result, will check whether the title is there, because some of the names must not be matched. Like I will show you the demo. Like see, if you go and type like something like this, it won't give a result, because there is no movie in this name. So some of the result will be 0, so that it will check whether the title is there, or IMDb ID is there, poster is there. And it will also check, we need only three movies collection, so it will also check it should not exceed 3 movies. So it will check whether the length of the array is 3. So for now, first it will be 0 and the titles will be there, and it will come inside, and it will push the title of first iterator into and every details into result array. So that's it. This will loop for 3 times, 1 2 3, and when the array count length is equal to 3, then it will come out. So yeah, it will come out. And see here, after that it will check, maybe if, as I said, if there is no movies to be listed, it won't go inside this parameter, so it will come here, and it will go with result array is equal to 0. Then it will push something we need to return. So we are returning not found, and id is equal to not found, and the title as no movies found for this keyword, like that. So like that we are showing, and we are going, and as a result we are returning the response. As I said, we are returning the response as data to that. Okay, that's it. And if there is any, this catch block is to check whether this API is ran good or something. If there is no result or something, it will come to this catch block, and here the error will be printed, and it will also push the same content to result array, like no movies found for this. Even is there any error also, it will print like this. The same thing is followed in search with ID also. Here the ID will be passed, and the ID is checked whether the ID is given or not. If not, it will return missing ID. And I will show you, like if title is not there, and sending it, it will show an error, so it won't work like that. Okay, yeah, that's it. And it will give error something, and the same thing is followed here. Only one API is one result will be get from this ID, because ID will be unique. It will give only one movie, so it will push that movie data into result array, and it will pass. So if there any error in creating this catch is like normal, like try catch. If you are familiar with competitive coding, it will be very clear in this. And if there any problem, it will just print the array in our console, and it will just return error in retrieving result for from OMDB API. So that's it. 2 APIs are done. So we are good to have these 2 APIs, and we will see how it works. Okay, I'm having a title, and value is spider. Okay, okay, see, okay, I didn't start my, after making changes, I didn't restart it, so now I am restarting it. So that that missing is not also came, so I will show you. see the spider, yeah, only 3, it's limited to 3. Before it came like 9, 10, so now it's limited to 3. So now I want to search the ID. This will, imagine this will be the list that you get from the suggestions tab. This one, spider, this API is replaced here, like see, these posters will be is similar to this one. Okay, now we are going to click in any one of this. So I am going to click in Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man ID is Amazing Spider-Man, this one. So now I am going to replace, now I am going to call the API. I will show the API call also here. It's just an inspect element. Okay, now I'm inspecting. Go to networks. As I said, if you want to see the API calls, go to networks and see, I'm going to call Amazing Spider-Man. See, now the API call is done and it will give the result of the whole thing. This is called with search with the ID. So this will be the product. So here also I am going to do with the same thing. So I am going to search with ID and I am going to replace this ID with this one, and I am going to search, send a request, and it's a get. See, Amazing Spider-Man details will be shown. That's it. From the backend we are good to go with the search page. First we will start with search page. Yeah, now our API things are done and it start running. So we will close this. Okay, now we will go to our Angular. So I am going back to Angular. See, Angular, and you will have the pre-created files, like package.json is already created, as you can see this. See, start thing, everything will be a structured manner in Angular, not like Node.js. We need to go, it's a backend thing, so it's okay, but it's a front-end thing, so it has many things to do. So it just created, as it's a framework, it's just created with flow. And the main thing, every HTML UI parts will be inside this source, the source file, and the source file will have assets in it. Asset will have the image and everything, like any of the file that you want to be shown, like image or any icon, something like that will be here. And the environment setup, yeah, I will show what is the environment setup is. And first thing, the template will be started from this index.html. See, index.html, as I said, is a one single application thing, so single page application. So this is the single page that I said. Only it will replace the things is this part. This part is one component of it. Component means here in app there will be a component. So if you go app, go here and click on this app component's name is approot. So here in index.html you can see the name is approot. So it will match the component name and it will go there, and it will check whether the template, what is the template we going to render. So it will say the app component HTML. The app component HTML is a file here itself, you can find it, and this will be the file, and this will be rendered first. And at last, if you see this app.html file will be the if you imagine, like, it will be the part of the page, it will be placed or above or something. If you want to change that component, if you want to change the app.component with any other thing, you need to go with routing. Routing will help you to change the main page's component with other components. So it will be like index.html will be there. After that, the app.html, app.component HTML will be there. Inside, below that, there will be a component for routing protocols. Now we are going to delete this app.html and we are going to have the route outlet as a whole. So this route outlet will have replacing files with our we created components, because we are going to create, for now we are going to create two components, like for home page and for new user page. Okay, there will be two components. So first these two will be created. Now if we run this, I will show this is the same command as for Node.js. Now I am in Angular and the same command npm start. Now it started running our application. Till now, is there any doubt? Just ping me. Is there any doubt, or Are you clear with API things and how to import our external APIs, OMDB, and how the search with keyword endpoint is working, how the search with ID endpoint is working? Because API must be very clear. So, is there any doubt? Just ping me. Uh, we will clarify you. Okay. Or if I want to repeat anything, you just say, I will repeat it. Okay. It will be installed. So in the meantime, I will just explain how the environment is done. Okay, environment is basically like we need to instruct, we need to place some of the values. Like in my Node application, I used API key, no? So it some of the applications must have very confidential keys, so that it can't be overrated by any other without any permission. So we will place those variables here. Like this environment ES will be checked for local files, and this prod will be checked for our deployment website. So after deployment, it will check the prod. When we are going to run in local, it will check environment. So for now, I am going to add my API base URL. As you see, the API base URL I mentioned is HTTP localhost and 1234. The port also you must mention. Okay. Now I am going to I mentioned API base URL, so that when our API calls is done, it will take this URL and it will call along with the endpoints that we want. So yes, the environment to call the API base URL will be filled with this environment variable. After that, if you want to call API, you need to have a service in it, like HTTP client service. This HTTP client service will connect your UI part to a browser, and it will search for this API, and will give the response from the API to this UI thing. So for that, you need to have a service here. So for that, you need to install a service. Now I am going to open my terminal for Angular. Here it's inside VS Code also you can open it. Like okay. Now I am going to create API service. For that API creation, you need to have a service in it. So I am just creating. For creating API service, the same the command will start with ng, and it's like go with generate, G for generate service. I am going to generate a service, and my service name is API. Okay. You can see the change here soon. Wait for a second. Yeah, now these two files are added, like API service spec. You don't need to bother about this. You just want to replace some of the things here. As I said, you need to have HTTP client module to be it's like a package. To import a package, you need to go with import thing. So I am going to import the package, and the file also started running. I will import the package, and I will start, and I will show you. I am going to import the package here. This is a package which is going to be imported, like HTTP client module. I am pasting it here, and whenever any import is done, you need to add that variable in a private in your constructor. Because if you're good in competitive coding or C++, you may know what is a constructor. This constructor will be the first function that is going to be started in whenever your application is opened or something. So you will give private. I am giving a HTTP. Okay. Yeah, that's it. It's just imported. You can just import this one, no problem. And whenever you are going to add here, you need to add whenever you are going to add externally, you need to add this imports in your app.module also. See, app.module, you can find it from source, and inside that source app inside you can find app.module.ts. Here you will install it, and here you just import. You want to give an import it. There you are going to paste it in a constructor. Here you are going to import it. So just import it. That's it. It will work. and after that now the API service call import is done. Now you are going to call a get API from this service. So to get that get API, there is a function which is used to call the get API with a promise. I will explain the function too. See, and don't panic, this whole code will be given at the end of the session. You can just try your local and check whether it's working or not. So let us start. Okay, and yeah, this is the function get API. I named it as get API call, and the API URL will be given. It's not that the API base URL that we are set in environment. It is the API URL with the endpoint, like what is the endpoint, search with keyword or search with ID, like that. The endpoints will be added, and it will add the query params also, and it will send it to you. This will be running under a promise. Promise is like it will instruct your application to run it in a quick manner, and it should complete this without going to any other function, like that. Just making a promise like I will do this, and afterwards only I will do other stuffs, like that. So it will return http get. HTTP is to connect to a browser, and it's like a get function, so it will get the URL things, and it will give the response. Okay, like whatever the response which is given from the API side. Okay, the API call is done. So for now the app is also running. This is like if you do any changes, you don't need to restart it. If there is some cases which you might restart because there is some cache issues in your browser, like that. So now we will start look how our application of Angular will be. So that is listened in port in port number 4200. As I said, in local it will differentiate only with the port numbers. So you see, now our backend is working in 1234 port, and our front end Angular is working in 4200. So this is the main purpose of using port. Okay, now application is started, and it will go to the app root, and the app root consists of this one. Okay, for now this is our page. This is the pre-filled HTML thing which is having in our app. So yeah, having in our HTML. Okay, now we are going to add a component in our system. Okay, before that we will clear the other things. Okay, clear other things, and only we will have a router outlet. See, if you go there and see, there won't be anything, it's a blank. So as I said, I said no, I will remove the app root, and I will change the component things in a whole page manner. Okay, so before that we will have our assets filled. So we may need some of the uh, images or CSS, like that. I will copy paste it. I already took that. If you want any other pictures also, you need to add it here. Okay, if you add it here, it's good to go. That's it. And after that, yeah, now we are going to create a component. Like we need home component. Home component is the search page, so we will create that, like ng component, generate component, C for component, and the name is home. Okay, it's created. So for now, in to-do list, what are the things we completed? Node package of installation and setup with Git, it's done, and the testing Node API with Postman is done, and Angular environment setup and designing is started. Okay, now after that we need to finish these things, like search page with a movie suggestion and movie pop-up, and we will add that in our table, and we will go with the user page. Okay, these to be done. Okay, okay, now our components is created. Our component is home, and you can see the component here. See, app component. Home will have four things, like if you HTML will be here. I will show you. This is for HTML, and this is for CSS, and this is for component functions. This component function will be used to have our functionalities of our HTML page in this. This functionality will reflect in this home.html only. It won't reflect in any other HTMLs. Okay, it's composed with this one. So yeah, that's it. So before that, we need to route it. As I said, we are going to paste this component inside our router outlet only, so we need to route it. So for that, you can find the routing thing in app routing module.ts. I opened it. Inside routes, you just click enter and open parenthesis and give path. And for now, our path is just a blank thing. So I am going to set a component for this path. As we created component, we are going to match the component to this path. So component is created, and our component name is what? By our component name, home component. Yeah, that's it. It's also imported here, so that's it. The home component is created. So if you go there, and I will show you what the home component have. Okay, home.html has home works. That's it. So for now, our it will come here from index.html. Approot will be the thing, and it will go to approot. As I said, you can find the approot here, approot, and go to HTML. This HTML is here. This HTML will have the router outlet, and this router outlet will point to, if the path is endpoint is blank, this mentions the endpoint. Like if we have endpoints in Node.js, like search with keyword or search with ID, that is the similar thing, similar to that. So if an endpoint is our blank for our Node application, if the endpoint is blank, what we had is welcome, if you remember. So yeah, this for now, if it's blank, it will render, it will give the home components. Okay, home component consists of HTML consists of homeworks, so it should be homeworks. See, homeworks is there. Okay, now we are good to start our designing part. So I am going to start designing. So we need we will have a body in it, and we will start with a one div, and inside that div I will have an input field, and input type text for search, and name will be search box, and placeholder will be enter your favorite movie. Okay, for now we will see how the button, how we can search with button. So I'm going to add button, and the button name is search, the value is search. Okay, for now it should be replaced here. It will auto reload. So that's it, the button is displayed. So we can just add a bootstrap to our application by using bootstrap. Is nothing but giving a good look, and it will just control your UI parts very clearly, and it will help you to render your application to any of the systems without any merges or without any block something. You will learn it in our course. I will say, like this is the command. I think you can see, focus on here. See, you can see. Okay, bootstrap ng bootstrap. This will add bootstrap to your application. In a meanwhile, we can just create API call. I will show how to create API. I will close all the other unwanted files. API service environment we don't need, and this is also no need. Okay, I will open the component home component, because as I said, this HTML controls by home component. So I'm going to get the environment variable here, environment from src there is an environment folder, so I'm just entering that, and inside that there will say environment variable, and I'm going to import API service also that we created to connect with the API. So that's one, and this is like API, and API service. Okay, it's just, and you see, whenever I said whenever you import something you need to add it in a constructor. For now the API service is a different service, but the environment is like it's a variable, so you don't need to add that variable inside your application. So just I'm going to add this API. I'm giving a name as API and I'm added. Okay, I added this. Okay, cool. Now our installation is going on for Bootstrap, and if you want to have install Bootstrap inside your application and go with form modules, you just need to import form modules in your module.ts, because as I said before, using anything external thing you need to install it. See, when we install node Bootstrap, it's added here. So likewise we need to also add form modules here, so that we can have some of the basic things. So I will add that form modules also. Import form module, I am going to add it, and whenever the package form is added, and you need to add it here. And as I said before, whenever you add something inside, you need to add this app.module also. But you don't need to add the API service. If you want to add, no problem, you can just add it here and use as a global thing. But for some of the things it's not going to be used, so I am adding inside that component. It won't, as it is service, it won't give a error, but it's as a Bootstrap thing and HTTP client, it will show an error if it's not added here. That will be detailed in our course, so just go with okay. Now we are going to check that what are the difference it had. Okay, yeah, now we can just restart our application. Sometimes I said no, because of cache and some problems it will give an error like this. So yeah, okay, now we start with writing our function. So just added the things, and we need to call get API when a search box is clicked. So we will design that, like before that we need to add ng model here, like ng type ng model. It will just create it and give a same name as search box, and you need to have the search box inside your component ts as a global variable. And here I came into compo ts and I'm going to add it, and I'm giving the type of string. Okay, yeah, it's added. It is added because whenever any variables, any values is typed here, it will assign it to search box. This search box can be used from here, so that I'm used it like this. And see, in search you need to call a function like, so just type click and call a function like search. Okay, search of, you need to mention it, and it must be the search of function here. So as I said, the home component, home HTML will communicate to this TS file only. So search, we are going to call a get API. So SS tilde, that get API is here. Okay, now I pasted this. We will see about the spinners afterwards. like okay. Now what I did is I called the get API, which is from a service, API service, and I'm calling it, and I'm sending the URL as the base URL. I took the base URL from the environment and I added the keyword and added the title, and this is replaced with box, okay, which is here. As I said, whenever the value is typed, it will be added here, and it will give a response. That response is stored in a list. So I am just creating a array here. You can just create an array like this, and I'm going to print it, console.log of this dot movie. Okay, now I'm going to, this console log is like not like printing here, it will print in UI part. So just it will print there. See, now the thing is when a bootstrap is updated, it's updated. So for now it will work fine, I think. So we will see. It should call our API. So let's see. Now Angular is also started, our app is also started. So we will go there and we will open the inspect. I will show how to right click and inspect elements. If you are using Windows, it's inspect elements. If you are using Mac, it's inspect. So I will go to networks and I will show. Okay, now I'm going to type movie something, hola, like, and search. Is it working? I think it's not working. We'll redo this. Okay. Search is there before, it's before that. So just we will rerun this application. In catch we will print a console dot log of error. Okay, what error will be printed? So it's getting started. Sometimes it's like minor mistakes because of browser catch. We can just check here, and before getting into this, I will just show how to add the list itself, and we can go with that. To add a list, you need to loop your data. So already you have your data in your movie list. So I will show how to loop it, and I will create a unique it will separate and show what are the things going on. Container, and I'm going to create a div class row, and input group. This is all from Bootstrap. So I'm going to create a new div, and same class row. I pasted that, and here I'm going to give a class like form control. Okay, now as I said, in UL, like you want to list it, so I'm using UL, and it's a type of list group. And in LI, if you want to get the loop, just type LI and ng for, type that, you will get that. See, you will get like this. So I am using that one to this movie list. because movie list is the one which has the API response, and I'm going to iterate it, and see, while iterating it, I holds the index values, because we mentioned I is equal to index. So it's and I'm also setting like on mouse over it should be in this color, and mouse out it should be in white color, and let us see the pop-up thing later, and see the image like poster will be displayed, and after that the title will be displayed. Okay, likewise it will be. Okay, it's running good, I think. Now we'll search, it should work. See, now it's calling, and it's giving the data from the API. See, the API response is given as 200 status. As I said, the status will be placed here, and it's giving the response for the title hola. See, hola, the three functions are there. See, it's listing from the movie list. So for now it's good. Okay. Now when we click this, we are going to call another API. So that can be done using the function, this one, like open pop-up. So when we click this, we need to open a pop-up. So this open pop-up is done with a ng template. That is a good thing, which gives more. It's like a model that can be used to display any of the pop-ups and external things, which will be hidden, and it can be controlled with the show, close, like that normal functions. So our model name is content, and inside that content I will say from this click we will go with. So we need to create an open pop-up file, so I'm going to create it. Okay, I'm having after search we need to give open pop-up, and remove this, I don't want this. Okay, open pop-up is like we are going to open a pop-up which gives the item. This item is like the item which is in movie list, the unique item. So it will give the data about movie list, like it will have what are the things, three things it will have: ID, movie title, and it will have poster. So ID will be having, so this item is passed to open pop-up, and this open pop-up must be passed with content. So content model is also there. So for now we need to create a model. So that is created using ng model, ngb model, that I will show you how to import it. It's from Bootstrap, so I'm going to import it. This ng, as I said, whenever you're going to have any new import, you need to add it. So private model services, okay, ng model, I'm going to have this. Okay, that's it, the model is set. So for now the movie list will be kept as blank, because we don't need to have that, and search box will be blanked out, and we are going to call another function with this ID. We will pass the ID value there, like item value. The item will have three values, as I said, and it will be passed, and when a response is given, it will be assigned to the model service content with font style like this, and will be having a result in it. So we will see how that function is. That function will have the item, and it runs in promise, and we will have an array in this. So we will create it. So this is like active list where new one movie which is clicked from the ID is given. So it's just calling the API search with ID, and that ID will be here. We will pass that item ID, which is the main thing, and it will go there, and it will call the get API thing, and it will call it will give the response with the movie details. And these two things, like it's like object, inside object there will be more director's name, actor's name itself, there will be a four, five, like that. So just we are going to take only one from each, so that it will be easy to display the thing. So Yeah, that's it. So it will be returned here from this function open model. As you see, it will be returned from the result to app service content, model service content. So model service will come inside, and I will close this and I will show you model content. See content here, it will come inside and it will take the poster of movie, and I am setting the width to, I will limit the width size to 230 px. Okay, and the movie will be acting. Okay, I will close the movie via terminal, and uh, it will be active from the active movie poster. It's getting the data, and it's giving the content movie is equal to this and year is equal to this and runtime and director, etc. Okay, now it's good to have, and we are also having two buttons like cancel button which will close that. As I said, the model is used to just go with a small commands like close, save, like open, like that. So if we click on this button, it will perform an action close, so the pop-up will be closed. And if we click on add to movie list, it will add our movie list to a certain array, and it will be displayed as a table. So for now I will show how these things are happening. And add to movie list is not there, so I will just remove this. Okay. And every advantage in this, it will show the error as quick in Angular. So I'm going, it's loading. So when it's done, I will search for a movie, like I'm going to search for Kala, search, and it's giving the movie name. When I click this, it should open a pop-up. See, our pop-up is opened, and when I click cancel, it will be closed. And see, we'll check the flow. First API is very clear things. First API, one API, which keyword is called. When I click for second, the second API ID is called. When I click for after this, we need to just add it. This two get APIs are done with which we added in that. Okay, so now we will go with add with title, add to list. So add to list is like adding a table in our thing. So yeah, we'll add the table here after ng thing, and here we will add our div class row. Okay, here we will add our table, and the table can be created here from here, like table. I will say explain it how it runs. Yeah, now we are going to add this, and we are going to say show the content which we selected. So for now we need to add this to a particular value, so that we can have that ng part, and we'll create a function like add to list. Okay, add to list. When add to list button is clicked, it will get that particular value of active movie, and it will go into it and start the assign operation. Like we are going to now, for now we are going to assign it in a particular array called collections. This will be used further for displaying in a table. So I am going to add in collections, see collections, and the collection is not there, so I am going to add that array. Here if you assign it, it will be used as a global thing, so I just assigned it, and it will be whenever the add to button is clicked, the movie content will be got, and the other things will be emptied, and it will be pushed to collection with the details which it consists of. So after pushing it, our UI will check in our table. It will always check whether the collection, here we are having the headings like hashtag, like this is for number of movies that you selected, and now movie name, language, and rating. This button is to delete your unwanted thing, that column. And inside body there will be a iterative row as I said in list, it's same ng4 is going to be used, and here movie list is listed, here collection will be listed. So it will go with id and value equal name and value language, and the rating of the movie will be displayed, and along with that the delete button. This is the delete image which I placed in my asset, so that will be displayed, and yeah, that's it. If we want to remove it, we need to write a remove function, so that remove function is also written, where we should remove you can just say okay, because if we remove from collections it won't be displayed, so just we are going to get that item from here. See, remove of I is the value of the collection index, like it index, and it will slice that index by 1. Okay, that index will be sliced out. Slice means it will be erased. Okay, now the remove also will perform quite good, so let's check whether it's going good or not. See, our API is good, sorry, UI part is good. I'm just reloaded it. Okay, now I'm going to type movie spider and search. It's searching, and I'm going to take Spider-Man 2, and the poster is displayed. I'm clicking cancel, it's working, and I'm again typing spider, and I'm getting Spider-Man 2, and add to list. Now I'm going to add it, adding. See, now the list is added here. When I click on delete, it's just removed, so I can just add a new file. I'm going to add Amazing Spider-Man. Yes, added. See, now it's good. UI part for this application. This page is done. Okay. Now, as we used to get APIs, now we are going to see about. Till now, if you have any doubts, just ping us. Is there any doubts in this search page or anything? I will wait for just 1 minute. Like you can just say, is there any doubts till now, like how the API is calling and how the collection list is mentioning, like that? If you have any doubt. If you have any doubt, just ping us. Till now, are you clear? Okay, I will take task going good. Okay. Next thing we can see is we need to add an API for that, for creating users. So we will close this Angular thing and we will go for Node.js. Now I am closing this. I am closing this and also closing this. Now I am going to index.js and I am going to create an DB connection, and I am going to create an API, post API, so that the user can register themselves. And yeah, let's check that. Okay, DB connection is done with this package, and we are going to use to randomly generating numbers also. So we are using randomize thing, and we are going to use JWT. Whenever the username is typed, he will be coordinated with the ID generated, and it will be stored in a token, and this token will be sent to the front end, so that whenever the user is entered, it will be stored there, and we will check whether the local system has the local storage of username. If it's good, then we will proceed like that. Okay, so we need to install these three things, like so just we are going there and going to Node.js file, and we are installing it. npm I pg comma randomatic it's not randomized, it's randomatic, and JSON web token. Okay, these things will be installed. And this is the Postgres what to say credentials that I get from Heroku. If you want to know about creating Heroku creating Postgres in Heroku, go to Heroku website and click register yourself, and click on this will be the dashboard for your personals, and click on creating app. Sorry, in personal it will be like this, and click on creating new app, and go to after creating, go to our app. This is my app. So after that, go to resources. Okay, go to resources, and in this resource, if you want to add Postgres, go for find more add-ons, and type Postgres, and it will be installed. Just add it like that, it will be installed. And after that, click this, it will go to the Postgres, and inside that, go to settings tab. This settings tab will have the credential part. So just view credentials, it will give the necessary fields that you want. You replace them with these things, and yeah, that's it. We are now good to go. Now we are going to create a post API. So for now, if you want to create a post API, you just need to replace app.get with app.post, and the endpoint will be new user, and same as request response. I'm having it, I will just paste it and explain. Okay, just try them, because I've just explained it because it's like a summary. This is how the application will be. You can just check that, and you can use this. And see here, the username is created, and the body, as I said before, the get APIs can't have body thing. It just have a query. So after that, it will have a body with name, and it will message if it's not good, then see not having, then it will give a message a missing name. So after that, if it's having, then it will come here, and it will generate a 4-digit. For creating a random number, you just use randomize of a comma 0 means alphabet plus number. It will have both alphabet in it and also number in it, so it will have up to digit 4. So it will create, and we are going to sign in a JSON JWT, so that it will create a token with embedding our Node.js, our name, which is given from a post call, and user ID with ID, and it's need a certain secret key, so that any other cannot decode it, because it will be unique. You can give anything, Harish, real, something I am going to give it. So this will be your secret key. If you want to decode this JSON token, because this token will be as a decrypted, encrypted form, so you can't understand it. You just decode, you need to decode it, so that you can get the name and user ID clearly. And also you can set expiry date. It's like seconds, and it's for 30 days, like that. You can it's for seconds of 1 day or something, and you can just into multiply by 30 and give how many days you can just have. And this is like connecting to our DB, and to say our DB will have these tables, like a table of movie challenge user, and this is the table now we are going to use. Here we will add ID of that is created with randomize, and the name that is given from UI, and the primary key will be the ID, so it won't allow repetitive. And created at is a timestamp at what time you logged in, like that. So this is the table that we are going to use now. So we are just inserting into movie challenge name with ID and name. The value is $1, $2, and you can represent in next array like this ID and body name. And if it's inserted correctly, it will give a response of status 200, and it will give a token and ID and user created. After that, it will if there are any error, it will just display internal error something. Okay, Now it's from a backend side, the post API is good, so we need to restart our node thing. So I'm in node, I'm starting its npm start, and okay, now we can go to our front end. I think quite it took long, so just a small bit we can just finish it. For now we finished these things, movie, and we also finished a pop-up and add thing, and finish designing functionality, and the db setup for node.js thing also finished. Only the user page is going to be done, so that will be so quick. Just be in flow. We are going to create a user component. You're going to create a component here, like home we need new user page also, so we are going to create that. So open the terminal for Angular, and I said ng will be the thing. How to create is ng generate component new user. Okay, it's created new user. Now we want to route it. So inside routing, I'm going inside routing, and adding a path, as we added like for home page, we added a path user. If the endpoint is user, then it will go to user page component user, sorry, new user name. So new user component, that's it. Why it's not created? Yeah, just created. And if we can check, like a new user has the HTML value as new user works. Now we can check that. See, for now it's a local same thing, so I'm going to give user. See, new user works, it's there. So for now only two things we need to have it. Like last section it will be quite soon, finished soon. So that's it. And div class of container, and inside this input tag, input type is equal to text, and ng model, ng model, and name is name, and we can have a placeholder like type your name. And a button is there, button, and the name is sign up. Okay, that's it. We click this, same thing, when we click this it's like sign up, and we are going to call a post method. So inside our services we need to add post service. So for that there is a function like get service, and I will show you. This will have the body content also, so that it will handle the tokens that we are going to pass. I will close this, and I will close this too. Like see, the post API call, and the API is will be along with our payload, that is the body thing. In body we are going to pass the name of the user, and it will get the token, and it will just send. If the token is null, then it will be it won't send the token to that, so that the user will be remain same. So or else it will send the content type, and it will return the token to us, so the response will be given here. So that's it. The is also created, so we need to create a ng model in our new user component. So new user component will have the global thing, and okay, and the same thing, same as home component, we also have that services here. So I'm just copy pasting it, like two services, only the app environment and this one, nothing else. And we have pasted it, and in constructor we are going to add the private. To call the API, we are adding API service. Okay, that's it. And we just add a sign up function. So inside that sign up function we are going to call a function. So the new user function will be in this way. And yeah, okay, new user, it will call the new user post API with environment API, and the endpoint is new user, and the name is the body will be contained as like this, and it will give the response of token, and it will we will see the navigation next day, tomorrow. And for now it's done. So we'll check the new user page is working good or not. So for now there is no API call, and we are going to have I am Harish, and I will also show the application local storage. There is no local storage value also. It's I will clear this, like it's from catch, so I will clear this. Now see, nothing is there. And in networks I will go there and I will show you. Okay, now we going to call a sign up function. I think we need to reload it. I'm just giving Harish and sign up. Okay, better we restart it, because of some issues it can be, so just restart it. Meanwhile I will just go with a QA, and some of the questions that you ask is can we use React and Angular combined for any application? React is a library and Angular is a framework, and both has unique advantages, and possibility to use both at a time in a single web page application. Web application is highly complicated because these are both similar things, and and they are uniquely best in each ways, because it's same like a library and a framework, because if you use them, you both have a unique features, so it's difficult to combine the unique features into a single application like that. So it will be just difficult, but you can try that. And but it's a complicated thing. From my advice, you don't need to try a unique feature at once, because both has a unique feature. Unique you can't handle it, so that's it. And why use Node.js? We can use Flask or Django. Yes, Node.js is JavaScript framework. Those who are comfortable in JavaScript can go with Node.js, and those who are familiar with Python thing, you go with Flask or Django. And Django is like also used for UI things also. So just go with, so just I started with Node.js, so that the Angular is also similar to using TypeScript, and it is similar to JavaScript, so that it will be easy for a new user to get into it and learn it. So that I used both thing at a time. So that's the thing. And what is the difference between get and post? Like get and post is like a methods which will be used to call an API in a two different way. Like get is used for getting a value, and only by getting a value using a query param. You can't use body passes or something. And whenever you use a get method, it will be passed via URL, and URL passing thing is much what to say, visible to everyone, so everyone can just read it. So it's not advisable to use a complicated thing in in sending in the get. So if a post is passed, it's more safe, because we are going to pass it as a body, and it will be sent back, not displayed in the URL. If anyone want to find it, you can just go to network, and then they can find it, because if he didn't know, he can't find it. So post is more difficult, more what to say, safer than get. And and please check the live website in the link given below, because you can check, you can go through the how the flow is done, and till now what we seen is also just clear. And we can, okay, it's time up, we can just stop here, and we will start from here on tomorrow. So for now it's fine, I think so. And also join our Slack community, there you can just ask any questions or some related to course or everything. It's also given below. And you can just get the GitHub for these repos, so that you can just clone it into your local, and check how the flow is running. And you need to replace these keys with inside that. So if you replaced, as I mentioned, if you replace that and you run in your local, you can find a Node.js in localhost of port 1234, and in Angular you can just find it in localhost 4200. So that's it. This is the thing. For now, we can just fill in this. The recap is like, we just created two pages. One is for sign up, search, and one is for sign up. And sign up is off done, so we'll check, will just will be taught as a continue thing. I will stop here, and I will teach you later. And today we dealt with three APIs. mm, Three APIs: get, two get, and one post. So two get is like for search with keyword, and search with ID. And after that you came with a post for sign up. It will just return a token to you. So that's it. These are the things that we did today. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And if there are any feedbacks or anything I need to change, that mention below, and do reply in Slack community. We will just change it, and I will change it by tomorrow's session. And don't forget to register our course. Just kindly check our all courses, and if you are interested, just enroll in it. And we are here to help you, and we will teach you as much as possible with our hard work. And thanks for joining in our bootcamp. And really I am happy that I think hopefully all enjoyed it, and you also had some basic knowledge in thing. And don't be panic about this, comparing this and course, because this, as I said before, this is like a summary. It's like a trailer. It will go in a flow, but it won't be similar to courses, because course is just each and every part in this bootcamp will be explained in course. As of now, I explained whole project. This won't be in a whole project. In courses, it will be a separate sections, and each sections will be combined at last to give you a result projects. At last you can build like this application, you can build. So, and also tomorrow we will see the UI things also, CSS, everything. And yeah, that's it. And be safe. And until tomorrow, I'm signing off. I'm Harish. Tomorrow we can see. Okay, bye.